Now, dear viewers, this match was Joseph Kasozi, the player that is ranked number 1 in Uganda by the police station of Uganda, lead by 1-0 against the young man Gideon Waneka in a rest of 5 for a place in the round of last 32. It is the first round of a 64-man one-day comp that is dubbed the Diamond Pool Arena Grand Opening Championship.
Okay.
Rest of 4, best of 7, and no time limit, but yes, both are fast attack-minded players. I think this one will be done in about 25 minutes or so. 64 players participating, and yes, quality 64 players, including 1 or 2 ladies. I think 1 lady, Rashida Motesi, who is to the round of last 32. Rukia, if I'm not mistaken, her sister has lost by walk over. But I can see Ian Kazwe at the venue. Then Rashida of the 2 players.
1:15, the games are start.
I can see Emmanuel Chol.
Table 2, table 4, table 5.
Of course, the 2 who are on table right now. I can see Yahya Mpindi, Mark Mochivi, amongst others. In the meantime, 1-0, Joseph Kasozi leading against Bwanika Gideon in a race to 4. As short as 4. I need someone to update me about what is going on in the Heibo Championships in the final. I first saw earlier today someone killing another, leading by, what was it, 14 frames to something. Big lead it was, I don't know. Last 1.5 hours I've not been watching because I've been streaming here. So kindly update me about what is happening in China. In the meantime, also this comp is ending today. Or will I say tonight? So not so many times that we see 64 players in a one-day comp. That is exactly what we are seeing today. I love the sportsmanship that was exhibited by Kasozi Joseph, because he was supposed to have won this match by way of walkover. Actually, he was supposed to lead by 3 frames to nil because Gideon came late. But when Gideon arrived, Kasozi told him, you know, we can play from 0-0, risking his own chance on sportsmanship. So irrespective of what will happen as a result at the end of this match, Kasozi, for me, takes the reward for best sportsman of the match. He leads by 1 frame to nil. He's looking to make it 2. He'll be very wary of most especially those 2 yellows that are packed near the corner pocket on the top right. And I think because of the existence of those 2 yellows, that is why he is playing snooker. Thank you for watching. Enoch Newagaba reminding us to like the video. Yeah, if you're watching, please do. Chikawa Ricky, the Chelsea man, thank you for updating me that Zhang is 9 frames down to 16 against Zhuang. That's what is happening in China. That tournament, I have to tell you that I felt a little bit jealous when all African players were knocked out. By the round of last 64, only one, Jason Theron, was left, and he was since then beaten. Even other players were giving a little bit of hard time to the Chinese, like Gareth Potts, like the lady, why am I forgetting her name? And then Fawn Mint Kiao. All of them have since then been beaten. And yet again, in another year, we have an all-Chinese final, but this time around, different Chinese players. None of them has reached the final before. And that is testament that the Chinese are taking Heibo so serious, training so hard, and yes, new talent coming up every year. I don't even know when we shall be able to start matching up with them to probably compete at a fair level with them. Where we are competing is black ball, where Joseph Kasozi is just about to take a 2-frame lead to nil against Gideon Bwanika, and that is the case rest to 4. Gideon needs 4, while Kasozi needs 2 out of the remaining 5 frames. Good afternoon to you, Swale in Senjiomva. The umpire is a lady, she's female, she's called Farida Nachiride, an umpire of the police station of Uganda for the last at least 10 years, and one of 2 serving female umpires of the police station of Uganda today. She has officiated some top comps, including the latter stages of Uganda's national championship, the CAR comp. She has also participated up to the semi-finals of the Grand Machana Open Championship last year.
Table 5, you are starting shortly with your opponent.
Thanks for watching, Romano. Now it seems Gideon wants to win this frame by Apple. And this table is Super League. it can really swallow the balls.
Junior on table number 6.
Very welcoming for attack-minded players. Let's see if Gideon will have white for the last already. Could get snookered. I'm not so certain he can see it in full. It seems yes he can. He will want to play it off with top spin. White ball bouncing off the top two cushions. He is off target. $69. Thank you for updating us, Mosatero. And the break that is ongoing. And I know that many of us are watching the World Heibo Championships Grand Finale. Maybe when those guys are having breaks, then we can have and enjoy some action here. I will also be streaming on Break and Finish Live YouTube. Track Spotter, thank you for watching. You are calling this one Super Saturday. You are watching and supporting the sharpshooter, as Joseph Kasozi is called, from Johannesburg in South Africa. There he is. With that foul, clearly Gideon is about to pull one back. Short races to 4 can always go either way. You lead 2-0. If you lose the third frame, it's 2-1, and the match is open again. And yet, if he had won the frame, Joseph Kasozi, to make it 3-0, he would be pretty much done and dusted. It's now 2-1. Gideon is back in business. Rest 4, round 1. Thanks for watching Stronger Together. You're asking where they are playing. The venue is called Diamond Gardens in Chirinyabigo. I can also see the arrival of Rukia Naiga, the second lady participating in this one. I don't know if she's still eligible. I heard at one time as though her name was being called to come and play. She may have lost by walkover. She may have been pardoned. I am just not sure because I'm not so close to the chat, but I'm close to Kasozi. Breaking frame number 4 and potting one ball. And given how welcoming this table is, every time a player will break, as long as they can pot a ball and leave a good split of balls, they will be rooting for break and finish. At least they will be trying. Still 2-1, remember, the sharpshooter, who is on table right now, number 1 ranked player by the Police Station of Uganda, is in the lead. He's one of only 2 Ugandans that participated in the World Heibo Masters Championships in China. Defeated 2 players in the first round before getting defeated, then defeated 2 more players in the losers category before getting defeated. But given the fact that he was participating in the event for the very first time, I want to believe that it was a good show. The other Ugandan who participated was Caesar Chandiga, who reached the prize money. I think he was eliminated in the round of 96 out of around 700 players or so, not a very bad showing. And came back home, if I'm not mistaken, with 1,300 US dollars. While there is no African left, there was no African left by the round of last 16. This event was the best ever showing by African players, and for me, most especially the Kenyans. And then Maluva, especially from Zimbabwe, and not forgetting Jason Theron of South Africa. Caesar Chandiga, the Ugandan, should be the third best performing African, if not second, besides Jathan and Holiday, both from South Africa. To 1, Joseph Kasozi, dressed in white, leading against Gideon Wanika. There was a walkover countdown in favor of Kasozi because Gideon came late, but he was sportsman enough, Kasozi, to request the umpire that they cancel the 3-frame lead that he was having courtesy of the walkover countdown to have a full match. And I just salute him for allowing sportsmanship to, even though he loses this match, which is possible, the gesture of sportsmanship weighs heavy and speaks volumes of his character and maturity as a player. And here he is again. He wants to put one red, white ball, opening up the second red, which is near the 2 yellows. Will he put? It could be a foul. That was so close, but it's a legal shot because indeed the red touched the cushion. First husband, thank you for watching from Kenya. And yes, one of the players you are watching, Joseph Kasozi, will be in Eldoret this coming Wednesday. He is part of about 30, if not 31 or 32 Ugandans that will be participating in the Timber Exo International Pool Carnival that is happening at Club Timber Exo in Eldoret. It starts on Wednesday with the Shujawa Timber. That one is an event of 128 players, but only for Kenyan nationals. And I am hoping that by the time I go there, I'll be getting a glimpse at least of the closing stages of that championship. And yes, I'll be streaming what I'll be able to stream. And then the following day, no, that will be on Wednesday and Thursday. And then on Friday, the International Carnival, which will be the biggest tournament in terms of cash prizes in the history of the African continent, because yes, one of over 200 players will be taking home 11,600 US dollars. There are cash prizes for the whole of 32 players, with the number 32 taking home 77 US dollars. Not bad. Transport refund is if the player is coming from Tanzania or Kenya by bus. I'm saying Tanzania or Uganda or maybe South Sudan by bus, maybe Ethiopia, countries that are neighbors with Kenya. What can Gideon do? He wants to put, he may need to open the 2 yellows. He has that issue of 2 yellows that are so close to each other near the corner pocket at the bottom left. And then the black, which is just in front of Kasozi, is red. That's why his intention there was have a sharp cut of that yellow ball to the center pocket, his white ball to open up the 2 yellows that are close to each other. A shot that he got off target, a shot that is giving Kasozi to win a 3rd frame. Now here comes the sharpshooter. The red ball, which is just in front of the 2 yellows, is most likely easier portable by connection, or he may want to play the white ball into the yellow. He came just a little bit short. Gideon will have another chance to play in this frame. I don't even know what he can do, because one of those frames where your game is so bad and your chances are so limited. I'm not so certain what he's contemplating now. Maybe have a sharp cut of that yellow ball near the center pocket on the left. White ball naturally moves rightwards. I don't know what he will do with the two yellows that are at the bottom end of the table. It's a shot that should open them up for him to stand any chance. Instead, Gideon fouls. Big advantage. Kasozi, who I think will be playing to play the black ball in space for a free shot, and then hopefully for him make a clearance that will take him 3 frames to 1 up on Gideon. You are watching the live stream of the Diamond Gardens 64-man grand opening comp here at Diamond Gardens, Chirinyabigo in Uganda. And Joseph Kasozi, in one of the bigger matches of round 1, is leading by 2 frames to 1 against Gideon 1. This frame provides him an opportunity to win a third. He has to be careful here not to get himself snookered, but also for the white ball not to move so far. And the second risk did pay off. White ball has moved further than he wanted, but if he can cut the red to the corner pocket closer to the bottom of your screen, he will be okay. Yes, he puts red and maybe black in the same shot. Beautiful. That is a frame 1 by black ball rules. Now Joseph Kasozi extends his lead. It is 3-1. Now the young man, Gideon, will have to win 3 frames in a row to win this match. And yet it looks unlikely that he may even get a chance to play again. Sometimes that's how harsh this sport can be on its players. If Joseph Kasozi makes a clearance of this race frame, he will be through to the second round, and Gideon will have arrived to play a match for 20-25 minutes and then be sent packing right in the next moment. He will be fancying his chances, Gideon, on that red ball, which is near the cushion at the top end of the table, as a ball that could have Kasozi's attacking formation hampered. The ball Kasozi wants to play off the cushion. White ball moves towards the bottom end of the table. It's what he has to play for him to stand a chance of finishing this frame in the current visit of the table. Utilize space between cushion and yellow. Play the white ball off the cushion. Move the white ball towards the midpoint of the table. Whether or not he will get snookered is something different altogether. Marvin Bing, thank you for watching, is asking if that is computer. Answer for now is no. Off the cushion, Kasozi, but misses the pot. In the meantime, Gideon is an artist, not in the sense of a musician. He does fine art. He will look at you and draw you and paint your picture, and it will look as though it is a photo. Very talented at that. That's why he has his t-shirts dubbed Gideon Creatives. He also has his socials, Facebook and Instagram, under the name Gideon Art Pro. Just in case you may want to support him, his work outside pool, you may reach out to him, especially if you have to give him some business. You have your building, you want it designed in any kind of way. You run a pool arena, you want some pictures of some pool players of your choice, anything. Yeah. just reach out to his socials and give him business. But Kasozi will be giving him no business today if he can finish off the Reds frame. I think he can see the red in full, but may want to play it off the cushion. Actually, he plays it direct, but white ball bouncing off the cushion. He wants to put black to the same corner pocket. He has just potted the red, and he's making light work of a shot that was looking a little bit difficult, and sinks in the black for the last time in the match and takes down the young man. Fine score: Joseph Kasozi 4 and Wanika Gideon 1. See you shortly in the next one.